Okay, so yeah, we're just going to walk through the UI3 Flexbox project. We're going to start out by semantically organizing this content that we were given. And we're just going to take turns. Students are going to take turns walking me through it, and we'll get this figured out. So we'll start at the very top. They kind of section it out for you, so obviously this is supposed to be something. So any volunteers want to jump first?
Your nav.
I see Daniel with a hand up. You want to do it?
Sure. How do I do it?
All right. Yeah, let's walk through it. What do you think is first step here?
Oh, yeah. So we're gonna put a nav just to give semantic to the HTML. Let us know that
I think that's a great idea. So I've seen people put headers here and then the nav in the header. That's totally an option too. I usually put my nav outside of the header because like a lot of websites stick it to the top, you know? So it's like a different thing. But anyways, yeah, Daniel, I think that's perfect. Do you want to keep going or do you want someone else to take over?
yeah. So next you just write we're gonna make the list which start with UL and then LI.
Yeah, so I've seen that on a few assignments now. Personally, I don't do that. I don't make a list inside of a nav. It's a little redundant.
How about a tag?
Yeah, I think an a tag would probably be next. So it's to me
Really?
a nav is kind of like a UL, right? So yeah, that's what I do. Is there something that, because I've seen a few people do that. Is there something in the training kit that's told you otherwise?
I think they had a tags in the training kit.
They didn't tell you to do a UL? Because I've seen the UL a handful of times now.
I guess it's because when I've researched on how to make a list and I've seen people on YouTube create like navs and they usually do the UL, I guess, because I don't know, it's more semantic. I don't know. But are you able to do a regular nav just with the A tags too?
Yeah, this is how I normally do it. Yeah, I'm not sure why I did all that. Oh no, what happened? My Vim bindings are back. It's annoying. Sorry guys, let me see if I can fix that real quick. No. Just get off my computer if you're gonna act like that. Nothing else says Vim or anything like it, right? No. All right. Sorry. Then we're gonna go ahead and copy this. Close them all up. Oh, why are you doing that with the last letter? There we go. All right, does this look good to everyone?
Yeah.
So let's talk about this real quick. Usually, we have an image here, right? The logo, the great idea logo. Let's take a quick look at what we're supposed to be doing, just that way everyone's on the same page. This great idea logo up here is at the top, right? Now, you can handle this a couple different ways. What I do is I put this image in with the nav bar, and I make it an anchor tag as well. And so this anchor tag on the image can send you back to the home page, basically. And this is like looking ahead to when we get into React and stuff like that. You're going to make a component called a nav bar, and you're only going to write it one time. And that component, you're going to use it across other components and pages, right? So, yeah.
Would it be okay? Because I did this with creating the UL tags, and I put the logo on an LI. Is that okay too?
Yeah, I mean, if that's how you did it, yeah, that's fine. Because clearly it's a part of this row, right? And so as long as it's all grouped together, I'm going to go ahead and just do it the way that I know how to do it. So that way, you know, when it's time to style this, I don't look like a fool, like doing something I don't know how to do. So anyways, yeah, we're going to take this image tag. Somebody asked me to talk about the keystrokes I'm using. So if you hold Control and Command, if you're on a Mac, I'm on a Mac. I can't talk to Windows, sorry. Control and Command, and you hit up or down, it moves the whole line for you. So that's what I did right there. Everyone knows what that hashtag symbol in the href is? You know why we put this as a placeholder?
Yeah, that's basically to just tell the navigation that we're not ready to put anything to link it with. It's just
Yeah, so it actually refreshes the page. I don't know if you guys knew that. So this hashtag on this picture could actually make it into production if that's what you wanted it to do, you know?
I've seen also some tags like you put here like a content, like a part of the website, and it will like immediately scroll down.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll do that. That actually takes adding an ID to the sections, so we'll add that after. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, cool. So does someone else want to take over here? Looks like Daniel took care of the nav bar for us. Someone wanted to go on this next part.
Guess would you just do a header next?
Yeah, header. That's cool. That's what I would do. So the header is going to contain this image, and it looks like I'm missing some content here. Oops. Let me take a look. Yeah, it's supposed to. I'm missing a button in this innovation on demand. I don't know what happened to them. Let me go to the solution code real quick and grab that. Oh, the solution code is actually a different page. What is that about? Huh. All right, we'll figure this out. Let's we'll just do it ourselves. What does this thing say? Innovation on demand, and then a button that says get started. And then a button that says get started. Okay, cool. So all this stuff's in the header, great. What's next? We got a header.
The button, right?
You wanna, what was that?
The button?
You wanna make get started a button?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. Just want to make sure I was understanding what you're saying there. Button, yep. All right, and what else?
Probably some breaks in there so you could get the words on different lines.
Yeah, good point. I like to do that with HTML as well. And then what is this whole thing?
You could do like H1.
In H1, yeah, I agree. That's what I would do.
So you don't need a container to be on the top after the head, or?
Oh, you want a container up here over the head? The header?
Yeah, do you need one there, or?
So usually, we're not going to use it, but it's a good idea to have a giant container in here in body. And again, I leave my nav bar outside of that.
Okay.
Just because it can be, the nav bar can go the width of the screen, or it can be used somewhere else. So yeah, let's do this though. We'll write a container. And that's gonna wrap everything, right?
Yeah.
So we'll go all the way down here. Cool. Looking ahead at this picture, our header right now encompasses all of this stuff.
Right.
So we're probably going to have to break these things up, right?
Yeah. You probably want to do another dev or
something, some kind of section, or I'll just go ahead and use a div because this is actually just for styling. So I usually am pretty boring with my class names, and I just do something like header left. Can somebody answer why you wouldn't want to do this? Why this instead of this?
Because I think two different elements.
Yeah, that's actually two different class names. Like I can call this box now, I can call it header or I can call it left. But I don't want that. I want to call it header left. Yeah, good job. All right. Oh, dang it, I keep doing that. Anyone want to guess what we're going to call this one? Header right. I usually don't always, it's only one element, so like we actually don't need this. Like I could actually just put that class name on my image, but just for the sake of it, we're gonna go ahead and put it, okay? We'll add some tabs so our code's more readable. Cool. So header's done. Anyone? I see this tag missing a lot. So does anyone know what tag's going to go here?
You want to do a section there? Or
Section,
main, maybe?
A main. Yes, I want to do a main. That's exactly what I want to do. So a main is going to run between your header and your footer and contain everything. So let's see. What's supposed to go in the footer?
Just the copyright.
This code is so smart, man. It just gets me. All right. Yeah, cool. So now let's split this stuff up. It looks like we have divisions of things here and here, but then also like this section is divided from this section, right?
Yeah.
Like everyone get what I'm saying here? So yeah. Let's start with the bigger chunks. Like we want to split this page into 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, like main sections, right? And that's what we're going to call them. We're going to split them up and call them sections. So features and about is going to go in section 1. This image will be, we'll leave the image on its own thing. So section 1, image, section 2, section 3. Does that sound good, everyone?
Yeah.
You forgot to add the HR.
Yeah, we could put HRs. So I actually didn't know about HRs until when you guys showed me. I always used border bottom or border top on the sections.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we could definitely use HRs though. That's a good way to go. Cool. Class, we'll just call it 1. And it held features and about, which looks like I'm missing actually. Services, digital design, UX, UI. What the
Looks
heck?
like you have 2 of them combined.
You're on the other picture. It's supposed to be with the 3 columns of the digital design, UX, UI.
You're right. That solution code, right?
Yeah, that was you're in the services.
This one.
Dang it.
So
Quack, quack, quack.
1, 2, 3.
Is there. A for effort, but it's the other side.
All right. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We'll just, they're going to be called different. I mean, it's all lorem ipsum anyway. So we can fix this. We'll go, this one will be called features. Is my navbar messed up too then?
No, the nav bars are the same in both.
Service bar, oh, they are? Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So features, about. Is anyone from Canada and I just offended them? Sorry. The about. Services, product, vision. Products and vision. Cool. And then I'll get rid of all the other stuff that we don't need. Then we can come back and add the contact. Cool. All right, yeah. So anyways, this is one section. Oh no, we don't have the image though. Is that in assets? It should be. Let's go check. Image. Is this the mid-page accent? Yeah, there she is. All right. And that's going to go right below what? Section 1? Yeah. Class was mid-page accents. Source. Image. Mid-page accent. Everyone getting this? Nobody's confused about what this is, right? All right. That should be fine. And then we're going to split up into another section. We're going to call this one section 2. How many did section 2 have? All 3 of them? Yeah, all 3. And then the last one, contact, had the 1. What happened there? Section, why did I do that? All right. And then section 3 was the contact info. We'll come back and add that because I'm gonna have to write it all out. All right, cool. So we have sections, and those sections are divided into 2 things. What should we call these 2 things inside of a section?
You could do divs.
We could do divs. Yeah,
Or
I think that makes sense. What was that?
divs or paragraphs.
Or is paragraph a tag? Oh, like a P tag. I'm sorry. Duh. You're right. That was my fault. Yeah, we could do a P tag. The problem with the P tag is that we technically have like a small header in here. So we want to do something that's more of like a container thing, like a div. Div works in this case because we're styling. But we also talked about like jumping to these things from our navbar. So why don't we give them something with some semantic meaning? I like to call them articles in this case. These are articles within a section. So that's what we're going to go with. All right, and then to make them work with that jumping to thing, you have to give them an ID. This is like one of the only acceptable uses of ID. And we'll call it services. Oh, and there's no buttons on these, so we can get rid of these and learn more. This one's going to be products. Oh, close that one. Somebody asked about the keyboard things. If you hold command and hit right arrow, it goes to the end of the line. And then you hold command and go left arrow, it goes to the beginning of the line. And then if you hold shift, it'll highlight and unhighlight that whole line as well. I messed something up, didn't I? No, it has 3 in the top one. I'm fine. Can somebody, while we're doing this, tell me the difference between an ID and a class?
Yeah, basically classes. Basically classes. You can do a bunch of classes and IDs only for one specific thing.
Yeah, one specific thing. So like, could you repeat an ID somewhere?
No.
No, like it wouldn't allow you to, right? Like that's the point I want to drive home. Not just that like you shouldn't, but like it'll break. It'll say, no, what are you doing? Only one ID.
And doesn't a class have more weight to it than an ID?
An ID is actually the most specific you can get.
Oh, okay. It's the ID one. Okay.
And
I
that's
know it's
kind of
one
why
of it too.
it's kind of why you want to stay away from them, is because they're so specific. All right, cool. So we have all of our articles set up with our IDs. Oh man. Oh, sorry. My wife started calling like right in the middle of this. And I ignored it, so I guarantee she's gonna call like right back. And it broke all kinds of stuff. Like now my music's playing in the background.
Don't ignore your wife's call.
Yeah, I'm gonna hear about that one later. She didn't know I was doing this.
That's why you broke it. See what happened?
She's at
Say that's
she's
millennial
working right now. I'm supposed to be watching the kids, but the older one's watching the younger one, so it's kind of like the same thing. All right. Now where was I? Because I lost. Oh yeah, so we got our IDs. So now we can set up what we were talking about earlier with the jumping to. So in CSS, if I wanted to edit an ID, how would I type that out?
You do it with the hash.
With the hash instead of a period, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's actually the same thing here.
Period,
So we're gonna write
periods are classes, hashtags are IDs.
exactly. So we're gonna use that same thing here. Services, products, vision, services, product, and vision. Features, about, and contact. Where are those? Oh, they're up here. I don't know why I haven't added articles to these yet. Let me do that. Dang you. VS Code's like, oh, I got you. I know what you want to do. And sometimes it's helpful, and then other times I'm like, no, that's not what I wanted. You're just ruining everything. Well, I got it on my clipboard. I'll just add it. And article, ID, about. And then we'll mess with the contact later. We may not have time.
Yeah, we have to go in a couple minutes.
Yeah, we got like 5 minutes. So at least we got through the semantic HTML part. That's kind of what I thought we'd get through. So that's everything. And then we'll just put these in here, features and abouts, right? So let's do an article, and then we can get out of here. All right, which H should I use?
Probably 3.
Yeah, like a 2 or a 3, right? So usually I like to use them in descending order. So like I usually skip them too, just in case like I have to go back and add something. I don't want to go fix all these. So I would personally actually go with 3. Yeah, I think that was a good choice. You know what I mean? Like if I'm editing this page and then somebody's like, oh, here, throw this in here, and it's like an H2 thing, like
Right.
it's supposed to encompass these. I don't have to go back and change all my H tags that are there in descending order again. So I give myself some wiggle room there. And then last thing, somebody already said paragraph tag, and that is what that is technically called. I always call it a P tag. So yes. Okay, cool. And these all get the same treatment because they are all about the same importance, right?
Right.
Stop it, VS Code. Well, where did that P tag come from? I didn't even see that get added.
Hey, I guess I'm going to be the elephant in the room, Joe, but why don't we have these types of things like right up before we start class every day?
Yeah, so technically that's what the guided project is supposed to be. Like, what Kieran does is not exactly your assignment, but what he is doing is like what your assignment is going to be about. That's why it's called a guided project, not a lecture. We can do more of these though. Today was kind of a special day just because the assignment was so small with the get thing that we had a lot of extra time.
Yeah.
But this is also what after hours is. Like when we were talking about me doing this in our meeting, we were talking about doing it after hours today. And I kind of was like, no, why don't we just do it now? Like while everyone's here. But anyways, like if you guys want to do more of this kind of stuff, just ask your PMs. PMs are like more than willing to jump on and do this kind of stuff.
Yeah, but again, after hours is on the weekends, right? Or is
Yeah,
it?
it's Saturday 1 to 3. So yeah, if Friday is your 5th day, then it's after the after the sprint challenge, right?
Or if your sprint's on Saturday from
Yeah.
12 to
It's right after your sprint challenge.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, it's 6:30, so I'll go ahead and finish this up. And I guess since we didn't get to the CSS part and we did finish this HTML part, I'll go ahead and I'm okay spinning up another Zoom after class, and we can keep going if anyone wants to. If I can get a couple yeses on that, then I'll do that. Anyone?
Hey man, I want to learn.
Okay.
Yep, I'm good for that.
All right, yeah, so let's shut it down for now. And like I said, I'll go ahead and spin up another one after hours. I'll probably take a little break because I'm a full-time student, so I haven't had a break since 11 o'clock, which was lunchtime. And after that, we'll get it going. I'll write a time in the channel, and then yeah, we'll get going again.
Thank you.
Does everyone have a good time in their PM group? I'll see you guys after.
Thank you.
So 30-minute,
What was that?
30-minute break, and then
Well, right now is your PM group, and then yeah, I'll probably take around a 30-minute break after that. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, I need to stretch.
Yeah. All right. Everyone get in your PM groups, and then I'll see you after that.
Cool.